Good. Thank you all for coming. I'm so excited for what you're going to be hearing tonight. It's impacted my life so much, and my hope is that it will impact yours as well. So Sharon's going to start everything off, and I hope you gain a lot from it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Toni. And, it was about 17 years ago that I learned the information I'm going to share with you tonight. And it was that one simple change that really got myself on a better health journey. And let me just say, I was never a healthy eater. I grew up in Ohio, which I know is close to Pennsylvania. And it was all meat and potatoes as far as I can remember. There were no raw salads. There were no raw celery, anything like that. Susan's nodding with me because we haven't really talked about it. It was like liver and onions, or if there was anything as far as a vegetable, it was definitely canned, So we're going to talk about healthier eating. And also when I would go on errands with my mom, it would be like, okay, anybody who goes on errands gets a treat. So I always went on errands. I always got McDonald's. I got Coca-Cola. I got M&Ms. And so that's kind of how I grew up. And I had no idea that nutrition was such a big factor. And I had the immune system that kind of went with those habits that followed me all the way through college, to where my roommate in college, she's seen me talk. And she has said, you used to make hamburgers and onions in the morning, Sharon, for breakfast. So I've come a long way. Let me just say that. And so I'm going to share with you what I've learned for the past 17 years and kind of encapsulate the important parts so that you guys can learn too. And I'm so glad that Toni's on the line too, so that she can share her story. And so it was then that I started to really realize, okay, I need to do the things that are good habits, because really the habits are what's going to determine how your body's going to act many years down the line. So not just now that we should worry about it, but what about 20 years from now? What about 40 years from now? What about more? Don't we want to have optimal health to the very end? And so we need to take care of the body that we have, because we're not going to get another body right here on earth, Thomas Edison says the doctor of the future will no longer treat the human frame with drugs, but rather will cure and prevent disease with nutrition. Now, if you go to a doctor, they may not say the same thing, right? They know how to treat disease with medicine, pretty much. They might try to give you some advice on nutrition, but they really have not been schooled in that. If they went to medical school, they had one chance at an elective in nutrition. So unless you're going to a forward-thinking doctor who's really kind of branched out on their own, they don't really focus on nutrition to prevent or cure disease. So it's really up to us to be our own advocates in that area. Well, the striking reality is that the nutrition that a lot of us consume is not really nutrition. And people are lined up for like McDonald's every night. You could see that every time you pass by, there's like this huge line for processed food. Or, there's lots of aisles in the store with processed foods, but in reality, that's not real food, and 90% of the food eaten in America is processed. And our statistics that we have in America are not good, as far as heart disease, cancer, lots of autoimmune disorders, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, you name it. Well, even our children are more harmed by poor diet than drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. So it's really important to look at nutrition, because a lot of people think, okay, I'm on this pill and I'm going to be on that pill forever and ever. But I'm here to tell you, you might be able to reverse disease or prevent disease, like Thomas Edison says, with good nutrition. And it really boils down to real food, to put as much real food in your body as much as possible all day long. What really matters is what you consume. And we probably put things in our mouth more than 3 times a day, right? So it really matters if you're putting real food in your mouth or processed food. So let's look at what happens with real food. Real food rots. That watermelon rots. Why? Because it had live enzymes. And also real food sprouts. Have you ever seen a potato that was kind of in your fridge for too long, or wherever you keep them? They sprout. That's because they have live enzymes. Now, the bottom picture, we've done this as an experiment in the Juice Plus community, and we've found that the Happy Meals do not rot. Many of the other fast food meals do not rot. And the thing is that the food industry, they add a lot of chemicals. And so what you want to think about is how much can my kidney, how much can my liver take of chemicals before it's going to start to really wear on my kidney and my livers. Plus, is that really good food that's fueling you with energy? Because our body gets energy from food. And so if we're eating real food, we're going to get energy, just like those live enzymes. So we say, if it doesn't rot or sprout, throw it out, okay? The road to good health. 150 doctors researched 4,500 studies of what keeps us healthy, and the only common denominator was fruits and vegetables. So to really zero in on what's really important as far as eating, it's a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. That's what you really could concentrate on the most. And unfortunately, in America, we don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. Our children, ourselves. So the government tried to visualize it for us, give us a nice visual, and half our plate is supposed to be fruits and vegetables at every meal. Now that's if you sit down at a meal and you put it on a plate and all that, but I'm here to tell you, eat fruits and vegetables all day long. You know, the minimum recommendation from the government, and this is in a society where there's a lot of disease, is 7, that's for children, up to 13. So really 9 to 13 as adults. And so some of the people that I work with would say eat even more, you know, because also all fruits and vegetables are not alike. You might like grapes, romaine lettuce, apples, bananas, and maybe not a whole lot of variety. Well, that's not necessarily the same as, say, kale, beets, broccoli, spinach, you know, the dark, denser ones. So you know, it's not all created equal. You just want to eat as much nutrition all day long as you can, especially fruits and vegetables, concentrated nutrition, dark, dense ones. And what a lot of people try to do to bridge that gap, because we're not getting enough fruits and vegetables, is they take a vitamin. So I want to explain to you where vitamins come from. They come from fruits and vegetables. So there's thousands of nutrients in each fruit or vegetable, and some of them are vitamins, some are minerals, some are enzymes, some are called phytochemicals, plant chemicals. Some have not been named. Most of them have not been named yet. Here is a picture of one page of 25 of what's in an apple. So this is just 400 elements when there's actually 10,000. And only one of those is vitamin C. Only one of those is calcium. So if you're just taking a multiple vitamin, you're missing the 9,999 other good things that are in the apple, okay? So it's really important to eat the apple because it has that synergy of all those different things that are in it. You know, it's kind of like having a band, but only having a oboe or a tuba, maybe. How good is that? It's not as good as the whole band together, right? So for fruits and vegetables, that's where you get your vitamins and minerals. And that's why the American Cancer Society poster shows all fruits and vegetables. That's what we need. We don't have a vitamin deficiency in America. We have a whole food deficiency. And so it's important for fighting disease, especially, to eat a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. We've heard it, color of the rainbow and all that, but I never really knew why. You know, this came closer to me when I saw this poster for me to really understand the why. But I'm going to explain to you a little bit more about the why. But just note that the American Cancer Society poster isn't saying, look for fast-growing moles, look, stop smoking, things like that. They used to say that on their poster, but now it's all fruits and vegetables. So let's talk about why. I need to know why I would eat the blueberries instead of the cake, or in addition to the cake, you know? So here is an example. You guys are all here tonight because you have more healthy cells than unhealthy cells. Well, a normal cell has oxidative stress every single day. And what happens is just by breathing, we have metabolism, which creates just a metabolic response. And from that, there's a byproduct called a free radical. Well, more than one. But anyway, so there's actually 10,000 free radicals that hit on your good cell every single day. And that then causes damage over time. You know how sometimes people say, oh, well, cancer's been in your body all these years, or whatever's been happening all these years. That's because it takes a long time. And so one doctor said that every day you don't have enough fruits and vegetables in your body, It's like standing in front of an X-ray machine. That's how many hits of free radicals are hitting on your good cells every day. There's 10,000 oxidative hits. And so what happens is that leads to aging and leads to disease over time. And sometimes you might see that some people age faster than others. And so what you want to do is you want to have a good amount of antioxidants to combat that oxidative stress. And that's why the recommendation of so many fruits and vegetables, to help protect that normal cell. So what happens is the antioxidants come in and it neutralizes the free radicals so that you're no longer getting that damage to your cells. And so that's why it's so important. And here's a Time magazine article that says, the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you, it's that they're so good they could save your life. And that's the reality, you know, and that's why if you look up any disease process, you can go on the internet and say, you know, what's helpful for fighting any disease or to be healthy? And they'll say fruits and vegetables. And so people are trying to cram it in them. And so sometimes they'll juice. Now you'll see there's more of a movement toward whole food nutrition. You'll see like green juices that cost $10 or $11 or juice shops, because people are starting to really get in the know that that is what we need. We need lots and lots of fruits and vegetables. Well, thank goodness Juice Plus exists. That was introduced to me 17 years ago, and I am a stay-at-home vegetarian, but still can't. That's not my only thing I do, but I still can't get enough fruits and vegetables. Still wouldn't want to eat enough fruits and vegetables, even though I know the logic. It's just reality, you know, that I'm not going to eat 9 to 13 probably. I'm going to try, and probably not the variety. And so this is a really great solution that has been a lifesaver for me and for my family, and it's made a huge difference, you know. It's 30 different vine ripened, which is important, raw, which is also very important, fruits, vegetables, and berries that have been juiced for you. And so it's kind of like buying all those, juicing them, and then what the proprietary process does is it takes out the salt, the sugar, and the water and puts it into capsule form, and it maintains the live enzymes, because once you get to a certain temperature, you're killing enzymes. That's why raw is really important. And so remember, live enzymes are important. So they are able to put that into capsule form, and they've done research to show that yes, it acts just like fruits and vegetables in the body, and all of our research is in line with the body of research behind fruits and vegetables. So it's really great. And, you know, I love that it's vine ripened. I mentioned that that's better. Whenever you can eat fruits and vegetables, vine ripened is going to be better because you get more nutrients at the very end of staying on the vine than any other time. And so a lot of our fruits and vegetables at the store, they're picked way ahead of time because they're shipped or they're trucked across the United States, things like that. And raw, like I said, is important. So Juice Plus is a little different than the 10,000 other supplements out there, you know, and for supplements, there are no regulations, you know. The FDA only approves or disapproves of drugs, okay? They don't approve or disapprove of foods. They look at the labels, they go to the factories, but they don't actually test them. And so it's important to have third-party validation for any supplement that you're going to buy. And so Juice Plus has really made themselves stand alone with that. One thing they did was they said, we're not a vitamin, so we do not want a vitamin label. So we have a nutrition label, which puts it in the category of food, which is really what it is. It's a way to bridge that food gap. And so up here it says nutrition facts, and that is an indication of a food supplement. You can look at things that you've bought that might be in your cabinet, and it might say supplement facts. That means it's got the isolated supplements. And I'm not sure if I mentioned, but there's only been 13 vitamins that have ever been discovered. And then for minerals, you might get like 30. So sometimes you might be looking at an isolated supplement facts label. That's not what Juice Plus is. Juice Plus has the thousands and thousands of nutrients that are in fruits and vegetables and berries. So it's a whole food label. NSF certification means that they've actually gone in and tested the batches and made sure there's no herbicides, no pesticides, no heavy metals, no mold, bacteria, or banned substances, so much so that Olympic teams can use Juice Plus. You know, they have NSF for sports. And then Juice Plus is the most researched nutritional product out there in the world. And this has been verified over and over. And these are the universities and medical centers that have done Juice Plus research, including University of Florida, Yale, University of North Carolina, all these different ones that you see. And what have they found? I like to start over here on the right-hand side, because these were the initial studies. And I was actually around for most of these studies when they came out, because I have been with the company for that long. You know, I really understood the research. I have a master's degree that was really heavy in research. So when I saw the first 3 studies, I knew that it was really good results and very reliable results. And so first of all, Juice Plus is absorbed by the body, and your antioxidant levels go up by hundreds of percentage points within 7 days. The second thing they looked at was, okay, that's great, but what about that oxidative stress that we don't want, that causes disease and mutation of DNA and cells over time? Well, that was reduced within 28 days by 75%. So that was totally stopped, the oxidative stress. And then helps protect DNA. They looked at strand breakage, and they found that there was 66% less strand breakage on DNA, which is actually the building block of every next cell. And they've replicated that a couple other times. And then they looked at immune health, and they found that within 80 days, your immune system's better. Your T cells are up, your natural killer cells are up, and your B cells are now listening to your T cells, which is really important, because a lot of autoimmune disorders, the B cells are running rampant, attacking the system. And so this really just brings the immune system back into homeostasis. And then for those people who really like to spend money on their skin and gums, it really comes from inside the body. You know, what's happening? What are you consuming? And so this was verified with Juice Plus research also, that there's healthier skin and gums, and those are objective measures that they looked at. You can read all of these things online, and Toni can send you the link for that. And I love it that they use Juice Plus on smokers in a couple different studies. And so if you can't get the people to stop smoking, at least you can stop the oxidative stress to a certain degree. And so they found really good results with that. With homocysteine, which actually is a biomarker of any disease, it was able to be reduced. And that also was for anybody taking Juice Plus, that homocysteine marker was reduced. And then the other thing that I love for smokers is that they found better pulmonary function, which was amazing. And then they used just 1 capsule with overweight boys and found better insulin resistance, less adiposity around their waist, which means fat around their waist, which is amazing. And then with ovarian cancer survivors, they found better quality of life with using our Juice Plus and also our complete shake, which we'll talk about later. And they also found and deemed them both safe. You know, with all these different studies, you know, Juice Plus has been used on pregnant women, stage 4 ovarian cancer patients. So you know that it had to have already been effective and safe, proven, before they would ever use it on those really delicate populations, you know. And then there's less inflammation in the whole body, less of an inflammatory response, which helps people a lot. And definitely cardiovascular wellness. We have at least 5 studies on that. Well, here's my before and after picture. And both of them, I was having babies. You know, I have 3 children, and I knew nothing in that first picture about better health. And I think I look like that when I look at those 2 pictures. And so I was doing the best I could, but I did not know what I was doing. And that book to the right kind of haunted me, because it has this best odds diet. And I knew nothing about what they were talking about with bran and brown rice and omega-3s and all that. And I knew none of that stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll just do the best I can. And so thankfully, though, my friend introduced me to Juice Plus in time for that first baby, for me to feed him. So I learned a lot, and he's been able to be on Juice Plus for a very long time. And then I had a second baby right away, and I was able to use Juice Plus as my prenatal instead of vitamins, because I found out that vitamins, you know, there's only 13 to 30 in a supplement. But also I called and found out there's no research behind prenatal vitamins. And I even called for my last baby, which is down below, and that's baby Emma. And that was many years later. That was 8 years later. And I was pregnant at age 40, and I went to the doctor, and I was excited. And I knew that that God had to have given me the baby girl, because I had 2 boys before then. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to be having the girl. And sure enough, I was. But the doctor was not excited. And I was like, why are you bursting my bubble, you know? And he said, well, your eggs are still 40 years old. And I'm like, well, I'm healthier than ever. You know, I've made a lot of simple changes. So over time, Juice Plus helped me to make simple changes. I embraced the complete shake, which we'll talk about, flaxseed, which is a way to get omega-3s. And you guys probably all know a lot of those things nowadays, but there was no internet back then where people shared everything in the world. And so I was really happy with a lot of my changes that I made, and I was so much healthier. I knew I was. And so I had a healthy baby girl, and you could see her over here. She's now 9. And these guys are very healthy. My 2 boys, 17 and 16, and we've been able to really stay out of the doctor's office a lot. And I'll tell you my husband's story later. I have a picture later for him. But we do not have to go to the doctor for sickness. You know, maybe every once in a while a broken bone or stitches or something like that. But I work with a pediatrician who's always seeing kids that are sick all the time, and that has not been our story. So for me, I no longer have allergies. I'm no longer drained. I can play racquetball for like 3 hours, and it's kind of like, I feel like it's really indulgent to do that, but I love doing that. And I'm able to get a lot more out of my day. I used to have to pull off the side of the road and sleep on just a 3-hour drive. I was that drained, and that was really from fueling my body with sugars and non-foods. And so Juice Plus really showed me concentrated nutrition. And I'm really excited to introduce you to another family that has been helped with Juice Plus, and really is a catalyst for a lot of other simple changes. And so, Toni, why don't you share with us what your experience has been? Oh, you want me to unmute you? Hold on. There we go.
Okay. Well, I can't even believe it's only been 8 months since I was introduced to Juice Plus, and I'm so thankful because I was in a place. The little ones here. I was so just in a place where I knew my family needed to be healthier. I was, you know, as a stay-at-home mom, I just knew, like, I'm so tired, like, with 4 kids. I'm like, I might not look unhealthy, but I knew inside that I wasn't healthy. And so when I was introduced to Juice Plus, first of all, I couldn't believe how simple it was. I'm like, okay, they've done all the work for us, so that's like genius. Like, it's in these capsules. My husband started taking the capsules right away, and I started taking the adult gummies. And then it was amazing that my children could all take them as well. So I was just I think it took about a couple of weeks, and I already noticed that my energy was starting to change. And then over time, I've seen how it has affected my kids as well. And so I know that Juice Plus does the children's health study, which was something that I learned about right when I joined, learning more about Juice Plus. And this made it affordable for us because we have such a big family. And, you know, Nikki and Anthony, you all know this, but with 4 kids, you know, I'm like, how am I going to, you know, afford all this? And it was just awesome to learn that because my husband was taking the capsules and I was taking the gummies, that 2 of them were going to be getting their gummies for free. So I was like, yay, thank you for that. So one of the things I just love is that even with this list right here, I always look at with the water. I love telling this story. Before we started Juice Plus, the kids were always drinking juice boxes. Like, I would lift up the couch and see like 10 juice boxes under there. Like, it was so gross. So since we've been taking Juice Plus, all they drink is water, and they don't even ask for juice boxes. The only time they really will drink juice now is if like we go out, and it's like a treat for them now. So that's one of the huge changes I've seen. And even in only just 8 months, I feel like they're part of this category of the health study. And I've learned that Juice Plus has I think 500,000 kids have participated in this, and this is the results they're seeing. And I look at this and like, how could you not want this, for your children? So along with the capsules, Sharon briefly talked about the shakes that they have. And I started taking the shakes like a month after. I was like, what are these shakes? I got to try these shakes now. And my favorite is the chocolate. That's the one I drink all the time. I cannot do without the chocolate at all. So I always have those on hand. But the reason I really love these is because you're getting 45 nutrients in your body, and such a wide variety. And the list on there, some of these things you're never going to actually like put on your plate, like like the kids are drinking this as well, which is amazing. Like I love that my 2-year-old can drink this, and my 4-year-old, my 5-year-old, my 6-year-old, and they're drinking alfalfa sprout and radish. Like that's something they would never like physically probably eat, and neither would I. But in this drink they're getting this wide variety, and the fiber that they're getting, which was always something that was very difficult for me, and now they're all regular, which is amazing. Oh, look at, they're so cute. All 3 of them down there drinking the shakes. I can never make a shake without them having one. It's just like impossible, because then they drink mine. So we drink these for a meal, like for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, for a snack. And one of the things I love about the shake is that it's not only just a shake, like you can make snacks with them too. And so I think there's a picture of, Christopher. I make these little energy bites, and he loves them, and they're 100% healthy, and they don't know it. They just think it tastes like a cookie dough ball. And I'm making those with the shakes. And so it's just awesome that they're getting the protein that they need, and it's a healthy snack on the go. Just so many things that is just, I'm so thankful for. And really, like I said before, I can't even believe it's only been 8 months. And this is why I'm so passionate about it and want to share it with other people, because I'm seeing the impact of it in my own life. And, our parents are on it. My parents are on it. One of my other sisters is on it. And so that's been really cool. And another thing with the shakes is if you're on my Facebook page at all, you know that I'm preparing for the shred. This is my 3rd one. Now, the first one, I'll admit, I did not do well because I did not prepare. I think preparing is half the battle. But the shred is just basically detoxing your body and implementing these healthy habits that hopefully will stand strong over time. And I've seen that in the past, 2 times that I've done it. Hold on, honey. So in this picture, you can see this is how I prepare. I do salad jars, and I'm taking, the Orchard and the Garden Blend gummies, and I'm drinking my shakes 2 times a day. And the best part about this time around is that my hubby is going to be joining with me. So he's seeing the change in me as well, and it's affecting him. And that's one of the things I love about Juice Plus too, is they want it to be family oriented. Yeah, that is me. It is. So, hey, say hi. So not only am I excited about the shred, but I also wanted to talk a little bit about the fact that I knew that I wanted to even join the business aspect of this, because I'm going to be taking Juice Plus for the rest of my life. My kids are going to be taking this for the rest of their lives, and my husband. And why not make money back on what you're already using and just telling people about it? It's like telling them about a good movie and them saying, okay, I'll go see that. It's basically the same thing. And that's why I'm so thankful for those of you who did join on, because this is something that has been really the beginning of transforming our health for the better, and it starts now, and there's nothing like the present. So I'm really thankful for this, and I'm thankful for Sharon and other people who have taught me so much over these past 8 months. So I'm gonna hand it back over to Sharon. You can mute me because my kids are going crazy.
Please mute me. Oh my goodness, he just wanted all the attention, I think. Well, I'm debating on whether to call on my sister. She's got such a good shred story. I know. I probably I'm always like calling on my friends, whoever joined the Zoom. So why don't you just share so that her family can hear from somebody else besides me and besides her, what your experience has been with Juice Plus in general, but also the shred in case they want to do the shred.
Okay. Well, I started taking Juice Plus about 5 years ago, I think now, and I am feeling so much better. I was sore all the time. I had a lot of inflammation. I had a lot more weight that I was carrying around, and it's just been great for my health. I've lost about 55 pounds now. Thanksgiving, I was up to 60. Thanksgiving wasn't so good, but I'm anxious to get started with the shred tomorrow. I am gonna, I'm gonna shred on, like Doug says, and I'm anxious to get started on that. I am prepared. I made a few dishes today to get me through the next few days, and I'm excited to get started. And I feel so much better. And recently started with the shakes, I guess, a few months ago, I think. And I'm enjoying the shakes. I have one every morning, every weekday morning. I do eat other things on the weekends, but yes, I'm enjoying my Juice Plus and my shakes and my shreds. And seeing all of you on here.
I know. It's a great community, Great community.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you joined us. Okay, well, speaking of shakes, and my husband, he's like the king of the shred right now because he loves it. And we started off just really seeing changes just with Juice Plus and doing 2 shakes a day. And so this was a post a while back, maybe a couple of years back, where he had lost like 20 pounds. 14 it says there. But he's been losing weight over time also. And Juice Plus is not a weight loss product. But what it does is it makes you crave healthier foods. Like you were saying, Toni, how your kids now crave water, so it develops habits that keep you leaner. But also a lot of people have not had a lot of fiber in their system before. So adding any raw fruits and vegetables, adding a lot of fiber, our shake has a lot of fiber. Those are all good things. Plus we really try to instill some healthy habits, which a lot of them are involved in the shred for us. Well, a lot of people say, well, what about different diseases or disorders? Will Juice Plus help with this? Will Juice Plus help with that? And I love it that our company doesn't want to be put in the category of a pharmaceutical. So they do research on the disease processes underlying. They don't say diabetes. They don't do research on diabetes, things like that. They have been involved in some cancer studies, which they've had great results. But basically, it really comes down to good nutrition is going to be good for anything. So if you keep that in mind and realize that Juice Plus is concentrated nutrition, that's really what you're trying to do. You're trying to get as much concentrated nutrition into your body as possible all day long, every day, so that you can have that optimal health, so you can feel really good. Good nutrition is always going to equal good results. So good nutrition is good for any disease or disorder. And the more you ramp up that good nutrition, the better you're going to feel, the more you're going to be able to fight disease and maybe even prevent or reverse disease, okay? So when I look at the price of Juice Plus, it's never been on the chopping block for my family, and we have a family of 5. And we consume, I don't know how many shakes a day, because we all have it for breakfast, and some of us have it at night too. We're all on the Trio blend, which is the 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries. And the way I look at it, well, number one, a lot of us look at it as part of the food budget, kind of like the grocery shopping, but you're kind of paying in advance. And $2 a shake is not a lot of money for one of the healthiest meals you can have in a day. And then as far as Juice Plus, it's like buying a better body. If you think about not having the inflammation, not having the immune system that's going to let you down possibly. It's like buying a better body, in my opinion. And really your cells are all replaced over 4 months. And so they ship it in a 4-month supply because of that with the Juice Plus. And so really you are creating a better body by like a year from now. We encourage you to join our Facebook group, you know, whether you want to get on Juice Plus, whether you want to do the shred, whether you just want to start making some simple changes. We have some wonderful ideas and recipes, things like that. And you could be part of our community where we're all just trying to inspire each other. The company mission statement is to inspire healthy living around the world. And the 3 different categories of products that we have is to bridge the whole food gap. So Juice Plus micronutrients and fruits, vegetables, and berries in capsule and chewable form. The macronutrients in the complete shake or the bars that we have on the go. And then the Tower Garden, which is a way to grow your own. It's fruits or vegetables, herbs, things like that, kale, that you can grow on your porch. It's hydroponic and aeroponic. It's based on Epcot technology. And it's a way where you can have vine ripen, raw, whatever you want to grow. You can grow any plant, 20 to 28 of them in a very small space. This is 3 foot by 5. And you can also do it with grow lights inside. And you can have your own fresh live enzymes, vegetables, herbs, things like that. And the better you have more vine ripen, actually the more you have more vine ripen, the better. So anyway, that is what we have that we can help you to get some better health. So we just want to encourage you to get back with the person who invited you, which is probably Toni, and you know, let her help you just start to include some of these things in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then I'm going to ask if you have any questions.